What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Crystal and welcome back, guys. So today, guys, we're going to be watching top 10 cursed items that scientists fear. So yesterday's video I was a little creeped out a whole lot. I really didn't get no much sleep last night just because of the video yesterday, but go watch my other video that I posted yesterday, and it's basically ghosts that mimic loved ones. I want you guys to go see it if you guys have not seen it already. But we're gonna do the top 10 cursed items that scientists fear in today's video. And like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, and join the family if you guys have not. Turn your post notifications on so you guys are never missing a video. And also, guys, share the videos that they get recommended to people that like content just like this. So we're gonna get started with this video. Alright, guys, we're gonna get started with this video. Please like, comment, and share the videos, guys. Smash that thumbs up button too, and let's get to 10 likes, guys. Let's get to 10 likes. I'm gonna start small.
In our number 10 spot today, we have the Dybbuk box. The box, which was originally just a plain old wine box, is said to have been possessed by a Dybbuk, which, in Jewish mythology, is a malicious demon that takes over the bodies of living people and uses them for evil. The box began to gain attention in 2001 when it was being auctioned off on eBay. The seller explained that he had bought it at an estate sale of a woman who had survived the Holocaust. When he first opened the box, he found two 1920s pennies, a lock of blonde hair bound with a cord, a lock of black hair bound with a cord, a small statue engraved with the Hebrew word shalom, a small golden wine goblet, one dried rosebud, and a single candle holder with 4 octopus-shaped legs. Since he bought the box, he reported that strange things began happening, such as really horrific nightmares for him and anyone who had stayed around or touched the box. And when he gave the box to his mother as a birthday gift, she suffered a stroke the same day.
No.
The box ended up in the hands of Zach Bagan, who is a paranormal investigator, and it now resides in his haunted museum. The box also gained even more attention in 2018 when Post Malone touched it, and has apparently been dealing with the repercussions of that ever since. In our number 9 spot today, we have the ice.
Okay, guys, so as you guys heard what she said, a Dybbuk box is basically a wine cabinet that people use to trap demons, so that way, so basically they trap demons in this wine box and basically store it away so people, basically if you open the box, bad things will happen. Just like how she said, like how this person gave his mom a Dybbuk box for her birthday. I don't know why the heck he would do that, knowing Dybbuk boxes are haunted. Okay, I did like some research on like they are selling some on, like she said, eBay. Like I seen one on eBay and they're selling, I think they sold it already, but if you do some research on eBay, you'll see like Dybbuk boxes for sale. Please do not purchase a Dybbuk box because you will regret it fully, because you would never know what would happen if you have a Dybbuk box in your house. Something strange might happen. Maybe you might be curious and open it up. I don't know, but I wouldn't buy no Dybbuk box, especially on eBay. That's just a no-no to me.
Okay, this one is not an object because it is rather a mummy who was once a real living person, but I still had to include him on this list today because this story is wild. The mummy of Otzi, who is also referred to as the Iceman, was found in 1991 in the Otsal Alps in Italy. It is believed that Otzi lived around 3000 BCE and his body became mummified and preserved because of the glacier that surrounded him post-mortem. While this is an incredibly interesting discovery, the finding of Otzi may have an old curse just waiting to be released. Here's the thing. The people who helped with the discovery of Otzi are all dying under mysterious circumstances. I mean, we're currently at person number 7 within 1 year, so that's very suspicious. When molecular archaeologist Tom Loy was writing a book about Otzi, he passed away from a blood-related condition that he was diagnosed with shortly after becoming involved with the Iceman. The German tourist Helmut Simon, who discovered the mummy, fell to his death while hiking in the same spot he saw Otzi. Dieter Warneck, who was the head of the mountain rescue team that was assigned to find the mummy, died of a heart attack at age 45, just an hour after Simon's funeral. To avoid this becoming an hour-long list, I'll stop here, but that is just half of those who seemingly fell victim to the curse of the Iceman. I don't know, maybe disturbing a man who's been in the same spot for 53 centuries wasn't the best idea anyone has ever had. In our number 8 spot today, we have the...
Okay, so she said the Iceman is basically a cursed mummy. So I never heard, like, I never did my research on Iceman at all. So I don't know, like, what to say about this cursed item. But I do know they said that he resides in a museum, and if you visit the mummy in the museum, stuff strange things start to happen to you. I wouldn't be going to a cursed museum with haunted items. I'm just saying, because I'm not doing that. But I haven't did like my research on the Iceman, but just hearing about it makes me scared to my spine, because just hearing the stuff that he does when people visit or take pictures or whatnot is insane.
Diamond. This gorgeous, unusually large diamond is a blue color and worth an insane $250 million. In the off chance you have that kind of money laying around, I still wouldn't recommend purchasing it because it is said to be cursed. The curse dates back to the 17th century, and it is said that whoever wears the diamond will have great misfortune and misery. Legend goes that the diamond was stolen from the eye of a sculpted statue of the Hindu goddess Sita, and since then it has been cursing whoever owns or possesses the 115-carat diamond. Stories of the horrible fates of those who have since owned the diamond include people taking their own lives, people being killed intentionally by others, and some accounts even claim that the owner was, quote, torn to pieces, which sounds like one of the worst fates out there. There have since been replicas made of the stone, and I think just to be as safe as possible, I'll probably stay away from those, just in case. In our number 7...
Definitely will stay away from that. I heard of stuff like, I heard about like jewelry being haunted, because I know, like, I guess when people pass away, they cherish like the stuff that they have on their, like, people that cherish stuff that when they die with, like jewelry that they die with. And most likely it's like dolls, guys. Like if somebody passes away, their spirit's gonna go into a doll. It's just the same way as a freaking piece of jewelry. You never know that jewelry is haunted until you actually come by one that is haunted. But yeah, if I ever see a replica of that, I would never purchase it. Never purchase it.
Today we have Robert the doll. Annabelle gets a lot of attention for being a haunted doll, but Robert is just at...
So I heard about this doll, guys. So basically he's in a museum. He's locked up in a case. And stories go about where when people visit this Robert the doll, right? They take pictures of him. So basically, if you take pictures of this doll, he will curse you. If you say bad things about this doll, he will do stuff to you. And just, this doll is very dangerous, guys. If you ever go to a museum and see this, like, if you ever go visit this doll, hopefully not. But me personally, I would never visit this doll ever in my life, because of the stuff that's happened to people that when they visit this doll or do bad things to it, it curses you and does bad things to you. So let's see.
Terrifying. Robert the doll was a childhood birthday gift from a grandfather to his grandson, who was also named Robert, but more often went by Gene. The story claims that while growing up with Robert, Gene would often be heard by his parents in his bedrooms having conversations with himself in two entirely different voices. His parents would sometimes be woken up in the middle of the night to the sound of Gene screaming, only to find him completely frightened in bed with overturned furniture around him. Gene would then blame Robert for all of the strange happenings, and at the time, no one really believed him. Gene kept Robert into adulthood, and it became what people would describe as an unhealthy relationship. Apparently, Gene took Robert everywhere with him and spoke as if he was a living entity rather than a doll. Okay, this story is already not great, but it gets worse. Gene lived in a house as an adult that was called the Artist's House. Robert would be left in the upstairs window where children in the area reported seeing the doll disappear and reappear, and they all chose to just stay clear of the house. After Gene passed away in 1974, a woman named Myrtle purchased the house, and apparently Robert as well. Visitors of the house could swear that they could hear footsteps and giggling coming from the attic where Robert was, and some even claimed to see the doll's expression changed if someone spoke poorly of Gene. Myrtle reported Robert moving around the house on his own, and after 20 years, she decided she had had enough and donated him to a museum. Robert still lives in the museum where he is safely locked up, but it is said that he still likes to place a little curse on those who take his photo without permission. The wall walls of the museum near Robert's glass case are riddled with notes from previous visitors and naysayers who are begging Robert for his forgiveness and asking him to remove any curse he has placed on them. In our number 6 spot today, we have the Atlantis Ring. The Atlantis Ring was originally made of clay, and it was found in 1860 in the Valley of the Kings in a tomb of an Egyptian high priest. It was then passed on to Howard Carter, who kept it until he passed away in 1939. The ring was believed to be at least 5,000 years old, and it had geometric symbols carved into it that were unlike anything known in Egypt. Here's where the story gets a little weird, though. Howard is one of the people who discovered King Tut's tomb, and he would later tell people he was wearing a talisman when the tomb was opened, also known as the Atlantis Ring. He claimed that the ring gave him protection, and that just might be true because he is the only member of the team who didn't die a mysterious death after the opening of the tomb. Even those who visited shortly after the opening of the tomb were subject to this curse, with a total of 18 victims in the end. Howard said that the ring is what protected him against whatever evil forces were at play. So I guess maybe the Atlantis Ring is more like an anti-cursed object? I don't know, but what I do know is that it is all quite curious. There are now replicas that are sold, but I'm not sure if any hold the power of the real deal. In our number 5 spot today, we have Thomas Busby's chair. Thomas was a man who...
Hold up, they said they have replicas of this ring. I wouldn't even think that a ring could be cursed, to be honest, but who knows? The stuff that these scientists have found is crazy, guys. Literally crazy. And I'm legit scared just watching this. I'm getting chills up my spine.
Lived in Thirsk, North Yorkshire, and wasn't known as a very nice man, but he really loved his chair. I guess we all gotta have something. In 1702, he found his father-in-law sitting in it, and it sparked an argument between the two. The father-in-law threatened to take his daughter back, which, should have never been a threat considering she's a grown woman, but I guess that's what went on in 1702. Anyway, that's when Busby kicked him out of the house. After this, Busby ended up going over to the father-in-law's house and actually killed him with a hammer and then hid his body in the woods. Of course, the body ended up being found, and this led to Busby getting convicted and sentenced to death. It is said that on his ride to the execution, he asked to stop by his favorite pub for a beer, and this request was fulfilled. Apparently, as he finished his drink, he said, "May sudden death come to anyone who dares sit in my chair." I really don't know what it is with this guy in his chair, but while it currently resides in the Thirsk Museum, it has been recorded that many terrible fates have been met by the people who have sat in the chair. In 1972, it was decided to hang the chair from the ceiling so that no one could ever sit in it again, which is probably for the best. So now, knowing this story, I want you to let me know in the
I mean, I think that's for the best. I would never, ever purchase a rocking chair. Just because hearing this story, I would never purchase a rocking chair. I don't care if it's haunted or not. I'm definitely not purchasing a rocking chair. Oh, God. This is crazy. These haunted objects are really insane.
comments, if you had the chance, would you sit in the chair? I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
In our number 4 spot today, we have Annabelle the doll. When I saw the 2014 Annabelle movie, I had no idea it was actually based on a real life doll, but since starting my job here at Most Amazing Top 10, I know
a real
all
doll, guys.
about the real story. This doll now resides inside of the Warrens Occult Museum, where it absolutely belongs, but this story starts off with a college student named Donna who received the doll as a gift from her mother, who had purchased it from an antique store. Donna and her roommates started to notice some pretty creepy things happening and swore that the doll was moving. They said it would appear in different places and positions throughout their apartment before things began to escalate. Donna began to find notes that said help in her apartment, and one night found the doll in a different position and covered in some sort of red substance. The girls then decided to contact a medium who solidified all of their beliefs and told them that the doll had been possessed by the spirit of someone who was killed in their apartment building. For some reason, the girls didn't immediately get rid of the doll, and the story goes that their friend Lou, who was at the girls' apartment, heard strange noises one night and went to investigate, and he was then attacked and killed by Annabelle. The girls finally contacted a priest who told them that the doll was possessed by a demon straight from hell, and then put them in contact with Ed and Lorraine Warren. They tried to do an exorcism on the doll, but it apparently failed, and now it is kept in a glass box in the museum, where it hopefully cannot and will never do any more damage. In our number 3 spot today, we have the Uluru Rock. The Uluru Rock is a large sandstone formation that is located in the southern western part of the Northern Territory in Australia. It is sometimes known as Ayers Rock, but regardless of what it is called, this area is sacred for the people indigenous to this place. This is part of the reason that those who visit the rock are asked not to take anything from the site. Despite this, people of course still choose to smuggle pieces of the rock out of the area and home with them. Well, other than the bad karma and just in general feeling like a bad person for doing the one thing you're asked not to do, as it turns out, this rock may hold a more sinister secret. Those who have stolen rocks from the Uluru have experienced things like extremely bad luck, severe illness, and even sometimes the death of those they love. The curse these rocks hold is seemingly so bad that it is very common for the company that runs the tours of the formation to receive letters of apology that contain the stolen rock.
Guys, a rock, guys, a rock. So they're telling me this whole rock right here is cursed, and that people take it home and then stuff happens to their loved ones, or something happens to them, or they're cursed, or it's kind of hard to believe, guys, but it could be true. I mean, it could be true.
Apparently these letters come so often, at least one a day is expected. Maybe this is a weird coincidence, but it just seems to be happening a little too often for that to be the explanation.
And where's this rock located
today,
at?
we have the Bazzano vase. The Bazzano vase was cast from silver in the 15th century and was apparently a wedding present for a bride who lived in a small village in Napoli. On the wedding night, however, the bride was found dying on the floor with her hands wrapped around the vase. With her last breath, she vowed to have her revenge, and at this point it became unclear whether the vase was already cursed, or perhaps if this may be what caused the curse in the first place. As time went on, the vase was handed from person to person within her family, and with each new owner came a mysterious death. Because of this, the family decided to hide the vase away in some sort of secret location, and this worked for a while, until the vase was unearthed once more in 1988. The vase also contained a piece of paper from the family that warned, "Beware, this vase brings death." Well, of course, whoever found the vase did not listen, and instead, they sold it once again. The first buyer, who is said to have been a pharmacist, owned the vase for 3 months before passing away under mysterious circumstances. Then there was the
So guys, if I run into a cursed vase, okay, I would never ever sell a cursed vase to anybody else, putting their life at jeopardy. That vase would have had to go to some, like a haunted museum or something, because I would have never sold the vase, especially if it's cursed. I would never sell a vase that's cursed to somebody else, and then I would live in regret so bad, because if something happens to the person that I sold it to, I'll live in regret and I'll live in guilt by just selling somebody that. I'm just saying, guys.
37-year-old surgeon who died after having the vase for 2 months. After this was the archaeologist who only made it 3 months with this vase in his possession, and at this point you get where this is going. We don't know exactly where the vase ended up, but I'm hoping it's somewhere deep underground.
Right.
Or maybe in space. Or maybe in the Mariana Trench.
I would have buried it
just
probably
anywhere
too.
far away from all of us. In our number one spot today, we have the Goddess of Death. This statue is sometimes also known as the Woman from Lem. This artifact, made out of limestone, was created sometime around 3500 BC, and it was found in Cyprus in 1878. Over the years, it has belonged to many different families who have all been ruined and dismantled by death. After the first 6 years of ownership, all 7 members of the first family died. It then moved on to a second owner, and after 4 years, death began to come to him and his family. There was then a long period where it was unclaimed, but once the third family got a hold of it, several members of that family began to die as well. The third family ended up turning it over to the Royal Scottish Museum, where it thankfully still resides. However, the museum curator who handled the item was mysteriously killed a few days after. It is clear whatever curse this statue holds, it is strong and frightening. Starting on this list in our number 10 spot, we have Anna Baker's wedding dress. In 1836, a man named Elias Baker purchased a...
Alright guys, so I'm just gonna have a final thought real quick. Like these items that we just seen on this video today is freaking me out. It's crazy. It's scary. It's all of the above, guys. And like some of them I've heard about, like the Robert the Doll. I heard about Annabelle. Everybody knows about Annabelle, guys. If you don't know about Annabelle, then go look up research about her, because she's very bad, guys. Very, very bad. Especially Robert the Doll. If you haven't heard Robert the Doll, go do your research on the doll and stuff like that. But the other items, like the cursed necklace, the ring, the rock, all that stuff, the rocking chair and all that stuff, these are items that people have in their homes to this day, okay? And just hearing them on the list scares the freak out of me, to even own something within this list, okay? I don't care if it's haunted or not, guys. Just thinking about haunted rocking chairs and things like that. I know, like, when people pass away, they attach themselves to certain items that they are valuable and things like that. That's why I don't get items from garage sales, antique shops, anything like that, just because of this reason. Because of this reason. And I don't know, guys, let me know down in the comments what you guys think, because this list was insane. If you guys like this video, comment down below if you want a part 2 of this video, and I will do part 2. I'm also looking for like different recommendations, like Dybbuk boxes. If you know any like clips that you guys know about, send them to me through Instagram if you guys can. I'm definitely trying to find like different scary things. I know ghosts are, we do a lot of ghost videos, guys, but something a little different. So yeah, guys, like I said, comment down below what you guys think of this video. If you guys want a part 2, let me know, or give this video a thumbs up, and that's how I know if you want a part 2 or not. But no further ado, it's your girl Crystal, and I'm signing out of this. And I love you guys so much, and thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. Bye bye.